The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the participants and do not reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
BronxNet. Your voice, your views, your vision.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Open, the show where we bring you the best that the Bronx, New York, and the world has to offer in art, music, entertainment, sports, and much, much more. I'm Rina Valentin, your Café con Leche and host. And, well, first we'll get right into our Open Weekend preview and find out all about the fun things there is to do in and around the city, and then we'll sit down with an organization that with a goal to cure childhood obesity with an after-school program. And an upcoming performer discusses their journey, and Bobby C in his sports roundup is after that. And finally, in our Open Artist Spotlight, we will shine on on a performer that is going to be presented at the Jerome Gunhill Bid. And stay tuned, because all that and more is headed your way, because now we are officially open. Welcome once again to Open. We've got a fantastic show up ahead, but we also want you to join in the conversation. You know, if you have any comments, questions, suggestions, you can even just send us a quick hello by sending us an email to open@bronxnet.org. And of course, you can send us past comments any time of the day by going to bronxnet.org/TV/open, and we are social people, as you know, on Facebook. That would be facebook.com/openbronxnet television, and on Twitter @BronxNet TV, and I'm there too, so follow me @Rina Valentin. And now we're going to get right into all things to do in our Open Weekend preview. First up, NYC Century Bike Tour. The annual New York City Century Bike Tour offers a variety of levels for all riders. Designed to showcase the diversity of New York, the ride is safely coordinated through NYC traffic. The bike tour happens on Sunday, September 9th at Central Park and Prospect Park. And Prospect Park, there's two different parks. And for more information, including start times and specific directions to the starting line, visit www.nyccentury.org. Next up, we have Broadway on Broadway. The hit outdoor extravaganza is back and bigger and better this year. This last hooray for summer fun, as they say. The event gives a sneak peek for the full season, along with highlights from classics you adore. It all goes down Sunday, September 9th in Times Square. And for more information, you can check them out by going to BroadwayOnBroadway.com. And an exciting evening, that is, of the best salsa and Latin jazz. Michelle Camilo, Mano a Mano, trio with Giovanni Hidalgo and Lincoln Goins and Típica 73. A 40th anniversary. Yikes, wow, 40 years. That's a lot of salsa and a lot of years. And it's all happening in the Lehman Center for the Performing Arts for the opening of its 32nd season. And that's Saturday, September 15th at 8 p.m. at 250 Bedford Park, West the Bronx, and 10468. For more information, you can check them out by going to lehmancenter.org. And finally, we want to remind you of a special edition of Bronx Talk with host Gary Axelbank Monday, September 10th at 9 p.m. Gary will be conducting a debate this Monday night for the Democratic primary in the 80th Assembly District. We have Mark Jonage, Irene Rukaj, and Adam Bermudez have accepted to participate. Unfortunately, the incumbent Naomi Rivera will not participate. For more on that, tune in to Bronx Talk on Channel 67 on Monday at 9 p.m. And of course, you can find out more information by going to bronxnet.org. All right, people, it is election season, and looking like it's going to be a close race. And so we've been following the DNC, the Democratic National Convention, all week, and viewing some of the speeches from many prominent figures such as John Kerry, Michelle Obama, Bill Clinton, and President Obama himself. So we asked Mr. DJ Vince Bracey, I almost forgot your name for some odd reason. Have you been following the actual election? Happy Friday. I love when you say that to me, because it is always happy to know that it's Friday.
Very powerful this year.
It was. It was really, really, really exciting to watch.
Definitely.
Each person carried their own angle, like their own department. I mean, Michelle Obama, she has just this really nurturing and just real way about her. She's just like real, right?
Right.
And then, of course, everybody went ballistic on, who designed her dress, her nail polish, and all that stuff. So it's kind of like the girly part of the politics. No, I'm just saying, that I think it's so cool that everybody's like all into like, oh, what kind of nail polish is that?
Right.
And who designed her dress? Tracy. I don't want to say the wrong name, but I know that there was a whole hoopla over her dress. And then then you have Bill Clinton.
Oh man.
He was like...
Bill Clinton was probably the best. Some people say that he actually spoke better than President Obama. He went on for about 50 minutes.
Well, yeah. Well, we know he stayed on for, or he went over his time, as we say in the entertainment business. However, here's something for everybody to consider as well. He was in office for 8 years,
right?
So he's very familiar. People, he just has his own. He has a swag. He has his own swag.
Has a swag. That is President
one of
Bill
my
Clinton
favorite lines that he said, and I posted it on my Facebook wall, was, a broken clock is always right twice a day. What a clever comment.
Yes.
I mean, it's just really something to sit with and just use metaphorically in just, everyday life.
Right.
Right?
Well, I don't think we here at BronxNet like to take sides, and I actually did watch both conventions, but I think it's interesting that, we can have, as Democrats, we can have a former president come up on stage, but, the other convention, they couldn't have their last president because I don't think anybody really wanted to hear from him.
I hear you. Yes. And all this to say, based on both parties, right, and their direction, it truly is, and they made it very clear. It's a question of lifestyle. Definitely. Right? If this is your form of living, then you go this way. If this is what you want in your future and this possibility, then you go that way. At the end of the day, really what's most important, and I hope you guys out there are listening, this is so important, is that you get out there and register and vote. It's the way we have the power of our voices heard.
Please do it. It's one of the most important things that you can do in your entire life.
It is, because it determines our way of living, right?
That it does.
All right, so but I have to say, just in closing, all of these speeches were like really entertaining in their own fashion and educational, but I loved it. I really had a ball watching this year's Democratic National Convention.
Definitely. Even Olympic gold medalist Gabby Douglas was there. She showed up for a little bit. Everybody had a ball.
Yeah, no. Of course, he went there. It's all good. All right, Ms. Bracey in the house, everybody. All right, for more information on the 2012 elections and how and where to vote, you can check out our website at bronxnet.org for more on that. And we do have to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll learn more about Adventures Awaits.
Ladies and gentlemen, Grandmaster Millie Bell.
Yeah, this is power. The power of our voice. The power to transform. The power to leave our mark. The power of my vote.
Register and vote. Call 866-VOTE-NYC or visit www.bronxnet.org.
Coming home can be hard if you're a veteran of Iraq or Afghanistan. You may feel like you're all alone. But you're not alone. At IAVA.org, your fellow vets are all around you. Join our free online community, get the resources you need, and connect to other vets who know where you're coming from. IAVA.org. We've got your back.
So here are the keys. Congratulations, it's officially yours. I'm sure you'll have many happy years here. Except for you, because you'll be gone 3 years from now, struck down by the same disease that got your father. So you won't be around for them. And sadly, it could have been detected early with a simple test, but you didn't have it. Okay, who wants to check out the backyard?
For a list of tests every man should have, go to ahrq.gov.
This is so cool, Dad. Awesome. This is so cool, Dad.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of siblings in foster care who'll take you just as you are.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Open. According to heart.org, 1 in 3 American kids is overweight or obese. But J Faith Fitness is kicking off Adventure Awaits, an after-school program that aims to change these statistics. And here to tell us more about the program, we welcome J Faith to the show. Hi.
Thank you.
Hi. Well, you're in great shape.
Thank you so much.
Are you a mom?
I am a mom.
Okay, so let's talk about how you started. What made you come up with this whole program of J Faith?
Absolutely. I've always been in fitness. I'm a choreographer. So I've worked in fitness and I've managed dance teams, and in managing those dance teams you have to keep them in shape. And so I fell in love with fitness. Going further, when I became a wife and a mom, when I was pregnant I fell into the eat whatever, you're eating for two, the whole scene. The baby was born and I had 56 pounds.
Right.
Still hanging out.
Right.
So I realized then with every 1.5 hour feedings and just time was tough to come by. So I winded up 8 months it took me, but by eating clean and working out, I learned to just really appreciate what good eating and fitness can do. As a mom, it boosts your energy and you can run around and play. I tire out my son. So
how old is he?
Right now he's 3.
He's 3.
He
okay.
just turned 3.
Oh, nice. So him and my daughter. My daughter is 3 now.
Nice.
Her Tranvida. Yeah. Just so that I can see where you're at, and because it's been really a challenge to balance out life, regular life, and now this new life called motherhood.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because everything revolves around them.
That's right.
And so you design a program to help families to follow in their everyday life. You're not just a fitness trainer just to share with everybody that people go to work out.
Right.
You actually customize programs.
That's right.
For individuals according to what they need.
What they need. That's right. We have fitness for everyone. My husband is also a private trainer, and I'm a graduate of Fordham University, licensed private trainer. I specialize in functional training for mothers, and my husband works in sports agility. So what we like to do, we'll train couples, we can train individuals, and if they're into dance, they'll jump in our Zumba class. If they're into sports, they can take my husband's class. And as well as that, we work with their food. What are they eating? Do they need quick meals? Are they always on the go? Can they pack their meals? If they're a teacher, those schedules are different. So we like to work with the client because everybody's life is different. We can't just put it all in one package and say, okay, go for it.
So what do you consider a quick meal? Like, all right, let's just say you come across an individual like myself who's like always on the go.
Right.
What would you consider a quick meal, aside from fruits, obviously, because fruits is the original fast food, people. Fruits is the original fast food.
That's right.
And so, that being said,
yes,
would you recommend like somebody cooking or just making everything all in one day for the week? Like what type of, I'm trying to get an idea of what type of programs you offer.
Sure. What I do, because as well, I'm on the go a lot. Sunday I'll cook a couple meals, and then Wednesday I'll cook a couple meals. But I also, since I'm on the go, if I know I have a long break, I'll put 1 tablespoon natural peanut butter on a slice of whole wheat. That's filling. It's going to hold me for like a good 3 hours. And then from there, I'm going to have lunch. And if I've brought my lunch, then since I'm a vegetarian, my husband's not. He's a total carnivore.
Right.
But if...
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's very interesting to put
yeah.
a vegetarian in with, what do you call him, a carnivore?
A carnivore. Yeah. I'll pack my meal, and my meal could be anything from whole wheat pasta with edamame, and I'm half Italian, so I'm going to love the pesto sauce, that kind of stuff.
Right.
And there's such a misconception that you can't eat these things, that carbs are your enemy, and that's not true. At nighttime, if you're going to bed, I wouldn't recommend unloading a whole bag of pasta and eating that. You'll have something lighter, but that's a quick way. That's something quick. You can pack it, you can take it, and you're good to go.
Okay, so basically you're a vegetarian. So
yes.
As a vegetarian,
yep,
you eat carbs, like it's okay. So can we have a conversation about the food combinations, because that's really what it boils down to. Right. And so your husband eats meat, right?
Yes.
And so it wouldn't be in his best interest to combine like the pasta with the meat, right? Just share how you guys actually work this out.
Sure.
Because you're both fitness trainers and you're in the nutrition department as well.
Absolutely. I'll give you just an idea of our day. We would have oatmeal. I would have it made with soy milk, and he would have it made with, regular milk, skim milk. So that would be oatmeal. That would hold us over, maybe a half a banana thrown in there. 3 hours later, I can go for that whole wheat as a snack with 1 tablespoon natural peanut butter. Then for lunch, like myself, I like to pair a protein always with either a simple carb or a complex carb. Complex carbs are your starches, your whole wheat pasta, your brown rices. I stay away from the refined stuff, which is the white rice, the white sugar, all the stuff that was kind of messed with by man. I like to go more natural.
Right.
And so we'll always pair a protein with a complex or a simple. At dinner time, we won't let a carb that's complex hit our plate, because at that point we're going to get ready to rest. And once we're resting, we want something that's going to digest quickly and not be stored for later as fat.
Right. So what do you eat?
So something like that, I can have a nice salad. I'll have a salad, but I would have it with either beans or egg whites diced, and he would have that with a nice grilled fish.
Right.
Yep. And we love our veggies, so he can have grilled fish with broccoli. There's a lot out there. Lentil soup. Lentil soup is great. There's so many recipes.
Right. No, this is great. This is great because it is a state of mind, and the reason it's a state of mind. It really is, because growing up, we're raised in our culture to eat a certain way, and then with time, right, as you start developing your own identity,
absolutely.
I think the food category also plays a role in becoming your own identity, and it really starts with a mind alteration.
Yes. Yeah.
Because it's like what you're saying. You eat a salad that just has beans, right?
Mm-hmm.
for me to look at that, I'm just talking about me right now, people.
Right.
It would be like, okay, well, okay, so that's great. That's not filling enough. So I eat chicken and fish and supplement my protein through that form of eating because I don't eat red meat either. But I'll make like a big stack of like bean salad or chickpea salad. Yeah, and then shove every single every vegetable you can imagine in there because my little girl's 3 years old, so I got to trick her.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Same with Mateo. Mateo, we would sometimes puree veggies, put that in something with pasta, but it'll taste delicious. You would have no idea that it's even in there. And he's slamming down vegetables. So life is good at that point.
Right.
Yep.
But this is some of the stuff that you offer in your program with regards to, because the kids, they need their vegetables.
Absolutely.
It's very crucial that they eat their vegetables and they start developing the taste for it as well, because it's an acquired taste, and if you don't keep them on it, then it becomes like,
Yeah. In our Adventure Awaits program, which we started yesterday, we had a little girl, it was adorable, who just tried broccoli for the first time ever. And she had a shirt on that she said, "Less homework saves trees." And so she had a bunch of trees on her shirt, and I said, "Look, the broccoli looks just like that. Just try it." So she was I don't like it. She tried it, she loved it. And it's just like you said, that renewing, that mind switch, and opening doors for people to try new things.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about the Adventure Awaits program.
Awesome. I was a physical education teacher, athletic director, and the same thing shocked me, like with the 1 in 3 children being obese. It's scary because these kids are dealing with hypertension. They're dealing with diabetes at young age, and this is the first time that children are said to have a less life expectancy than their parents. And as a gym teacher, I was able to see the lack of energy, how quick these kids tire out. You have your ones that love sports and they're doing their thing, but the majority of them are not. And so my husband and I are both passionate about fitness. We wanted to create a program where we can combine physical activity with healthy eating. We teamed up with the Muscle Maker Grill, which is where our fitness studio is in. And so now these kids, we get them from school, they get a 45-minute workout, and we mean workout. Monday they have Zumba dance, we give them obstacle courses, and then 45-minute workout, they change, get ready, they have dinner, and then from there, they've eaten healthy. We always pair it like we discussed, and from there we do homework and they go home.
Beautiful. So this is an after-school program.
Yep.
And how many days in the week?
5 days.
5 days a week.
Yep.
And basically it's about physical development and knowledge of how to eat nutrition.
Absolutely, yeah. And we want to instill that fitness is fun. When I was a kid, we played manhunt in the street. We would run and play tag and basketball, and we want those kids to feel that feeling and then create a habit. And like you said, you're teaching your daughter how to eat healthy foods. You want her to get that, and that's what we want to do for these kids too.
Beautiful, thank you. All right,
thank you.
Forming habits for our young and defeating the obesity ratio.
Yes.
It's too much. It's because they're too much of this and not
too much
enough this.
That's right. That's right.
Good. That's great that you offer that program. Once again, for more information, you can check out jfaith.com. That is on the Adventure Awaits program, which I believe just started. So definitely check them out by going online. All right, we have to take a quick break, but when we return, we'll sit down with a Bronx artist.
How are you? Hey, Mom.
You know, girls, I used to cheer back in my day. Ready? Okay! Go team!
That was amazing. Mom, that was amazing.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of siblings in foster care who'll take you just as you are.
Coming home can be hard if you're a veteran of Iraq or Afghanistan. You may feel like you're all alone. But you're not alone. At iava.org, your fellow vets are all around you. Join our free online community, get the resources you need, and connect to other vets who know where you're coming from. IAVA.org. We've got your back.
There is also a very attractive extended warranty option that includes free service and parts for the next 5 years. But there's no need for you to get that. You failed to get the test you needed at the doctor that would have detected disease early enough where it could have been treated. So you won't be around in 2 years to see him grow up, which means the warranty would be useless. Okay, sign here, please.
For a list of tests every man should have, go to ahrq.gov.
Be free. Nice, Dad. Nice, Dad. Nice, Dad.
Charles.
Nice, Dad.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of siblings in foster care who'll take you just as you are.
Hello and welcome back to Open. Our next guest was born and raised in the Bronx and struggled with bullying throughout his childhood. And with inspiration from his brother, he was able to turn a positive light on his struggles and use music as therapy. He's here today to share some of his secrets to success. Please welcome to the studio, Wrath. Wrath.
Hi.
Hi. Let's begin with the name Wrath.
Okay.
Wrath is your stage name.
Yes, it is.
And it's actually an acronym.
Yes.
What is it an acronym for?
It stands for Writing Real and True Hip Hop.
That's hot.
Yes.
That's hot.
Thank you.
Because, you know, it kind of like is, it's a juxtapose to the word wrath.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, so you want to share a little bit about your bullying experiences?
Well, bullying for me was, it was a way to, it had changed a lot, all right? Like, I had when I was in 6th grade, you know, I had this one kid who would always pick on me, always, like nonstop. And it was when it got to a point where
How did he pick on you? What did he do that was his form of picking on you?
He would, like, I would say something and he would, like, make jokes about it. Like, because I was always, I would never dress the way they dressed. I always like being different.
Right,
you know?
you had your own individuality.
And I always was raised to be different, you know. And because I was so different and I wasn't like them, they would make fun of me, you know. And
what's like them? Like, where did you go to school? Like, what are you referring to as them?
Well, I went to school. The school. The name of the school was 143. I went to 143.
Okay.
And, yeah, I went to 143, and they were, you know, they weren't as they weren't brought up the same way I was.
Okay.
You know, and you can tell.
How were you brought up versus the way they were brought up?
I was brought up in a way that I had rules. All right, like I had to be home at a certain time. I would barely go outside, for that matter. I would always have, like, if I wanted something, I was kind of spoiled.
Okay.
So if I wanted something,
well, at least you admit it.
I was spoiled. You know,
not bad, you know, but at least you admit it. So that's good.
I was spoiled. But I was spoiled in a sense because they wanted me to have everything. So if I wanted a video game, I would get the video game because they wanted me to stay home and play the video game.
Right.
You know,
right,
and it was kind of my parents' way on keeping me home.
You're kind of defeating the conversation we just had earlier today. No, I'm busting your chops, you know, because we were like, oh, everybody's like this, we got to get them like that.
Yeah, but
no, but you're older now. So,
I'm older
we've
now.
Moved on from that.
I have.
Okay.
And because I was always being so different, they would make fun of me. I would say a word and they'd be like, oh, he said it funny, you know, and just make fun of me. And
okay, so how did that make you feel? Like, how long did you have to go through that, right? Because you said it started at 6th grade. How long did you go through that, and how did that make you feel?
It hurt, you know, because especially what happened when he got into my... I tried standing up for myself.
It sounds like this is like one particular person that was like really at you.
It was one...
And that was junior high school, like 6th, 7th, 8th grade. So that was like 3 years of torture.
Yes. And but it was.
I mean, I'm not laughing at you.
No,
I'm not laughing at the.
I understand.
Just right. Go ahead.
But it was one particular person, but then other people making small jokes, adding on top of it. So that was also something that made it worse.
Right, because now it became like this thing that everybody in school did when this person let it off. Yeah. Right, he would lead off, and then it was like, okay, let's.
What made it worse? What made it worse was when he got. I tried to stand up for myself, and he got in my face, and he did like a little flinch, like, when how kids do it, and I ran. In class, like it was in the class. So from there, everybody knew.
Was he bigger than you?
No,
he wasn't bigger than you. So then, why were you afraid of him?
I didn't like confrontation. It wasn't. I've been in confrontations before, but I just didn't like it. It wasn't that I was scared. I just didn't want, because I knew there was always a consequence to anything I did. So if I got fought with him or something, I knew I was going to get in trouble with the teacher or with the principal or whatever. So I didn't like confrontation because I didn't like getting in trouble. That's just how I was raised. I was always raised to be a straightforward, good kid, So
basically what you did was you took this experience, you internalized it, and put it into writing.
Yes.
That's what you did.
Yes.
Right, which is why you're here today.
Yes.
Right, so just share a little bit about how you were able to transfer it to the paper.
All right, well, I saw my brother. My brother was one of my biggest inspirations. I love my brother to death. And he
is he a musician?
He was. He stopped doing it now because, he got older and it was just a phase he went through. But
what type of musician?
He was a rapper as well.
He was a rapper, okay.
And, I saw when he was in high school. He's 5 years older than me. So he was in high school and he got real popular doing it.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, he's getting popular. Maybe if I was to start doing it, I might get popular. So at first it was just like a test. I was going to see, hey, maybe I can get popular doing this. And, he actually.
How old were you when you started?
I was 10.
You were 10?
Yes.
Oh, so you were doing this.
Yeah, I was doing this.
How old are you now?
I'm 21.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I'm like, well, good for you.
Thank you.
All right.
Like, I was slightly doing it because he was doing it way before I was getting bullied. So I did it every now and then, just to hang out with him, because I always wanted to hang out with my brother. So I was doing it to hang out with him, and when the bullying started, that's when it really got serious. I'm like, okay, maybe I can get cooler doing this.
Right.
And lo and behold, I started.
This is very interesting. So you're saying that what you did was you started doing it so that you could have your own cool, like, persona that would prevent them or actually hopefully stop them from bullying you, right?
Yes.
That's a very clever, that's a clever strategy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And look at where it's led you.
Definitely.
That's awesome. So, okay, now leading up to your music, right? We got that you started doing this to be closer to your brother, which we also think is cool, and of course to design this persona so that they would stop bullying you. But you also write positive messages in your rap, which is kind of like really in rap. So share a little bit about that.
I've like I told you before, I've always wanted to be different, and I didn't like where rap is today. To me, it's like, all right, when I tell someone of older age who's not really into rap music, I tell them I'm a rapper, they look at me like, you're a rapper? Like, you seem like such a nice kid. Why would you be a rapper, And it's like, because today rap and hip hop has become like a curse word. It's like you tell somebody, oh yeah, I'm a rapper. It's like, oh, why? Why would you want to do that? And it's sad because rap is a form of expression. I asked a rapper who's been rapping for 10 years. He told me, yeah, rap is just rap. I'm like, what does it stand for? He didn't even know it stands for rhythm and poetry. And it's an art form. He doesn't know that. And I'm like, how do you not know that? It's not just music. It's beyond that. And I did my research because I love the music. I love music, any kind of music. So I did my research, and it was sad to see this guy he's recognized, but he didn't even know what that meant.
Right.
And
that
it was
it's
just
rhythm
sad.
and poetry.
It's rhythm and poetry.
Well, sad. You just summed it all up. You just summed it all up. And guess what? We're going to get a taste of Rat's performance a little later. So thank you for sitting down with us and sharing your bullying story, because it's actually something that I think I'm sure some of you young'uns that are watching out there need to listen to and hopefully learn from. So for more on Wrath, you can actually find them on YouTube by going to youtube.com user/wrath CPA. All right, so we have to take a quick break, but we're going to come back, and Bobby C is going to do his sports roundup, and then after that, we're going to get a little more of Wrath.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Hey, have you heard about the new way to vote New York? Are you ready to learn how? It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1. Get your paper ballot. Go to your designated poll site, sign in, and get your paper ballot. 2. Mark your paper ballot. Use a pen or ballot marking device to mark your choices. And 3. Scan your paper ballot. Simply insert your marked ballot into the scanner to cast your vote. That's all it takes, New York, to mark it, scan it, and vote the new way.
How you doing?
Hi.
Hi.
Have a nice day.
You too.
Thanks.
If only child abuse were this easy to recognize. If you even suspect abuse, call 1-800-4-A-CHILD. All calls are anonymous and confidential. Trust your instincts.
My name's Brandon. 9 years old, being alcoholic.
Hi,
Brandon.
I'll start drinking with the older kids. And whatever they do, I'll do.
Kids who drink before age 15 are 5 times more likely to have alcohol problems when they're adults. So start talking before they start drinking.
I know it'll start with alcohol. I'm just not sure how it's gonna end.
Hi, I'm Sean Johnson of the 2008 U.S. Gymnastics team. I'm here with our friends from Veggie Tales to say, be a player, get up and play an hour a day.
Besides gymnastics, how do you stay in great shape, Sean?
I love to dance and rollerblade.
Cool.
You don't have to be an Olympian to be a player. Just do the things you already love to do, like jump rope, ride a bike, or even play freeze tag.
Now that's something to flip for.
Well done! For fun ways to get healthy, visit www.smallstep.gov.
Wednesday night's NFL season opener had a New York state of mind, especially for one Big Apple-born Dallas Cowboy. On an evening when the Giants celebrated last season's Super Bowl victory, it was a night for the boys from Dallas, America's team on national television, dominating the second half behind Queens product and third wide receiver Kevin Ogletree. The 25-year-old, who had 25 receptions for 294 yards and no scores entering the game, made the homecoming a memorable one for himself and his family, hauling in 8 catches for 114 yards and 2 touchdowns, including the first score of the game for the boys and an early third quarter strike. Final score, Cowboys 24, Giants 17.
Just a great, display of executing ball plays. 11 guys making it happen.
The Big Blue made a game of it as Ahmad Bradshaw fueled on the drive by an incredible catch by Dominic Hickson, rushed for a 10-yard burst, bringing the Giants within 4. Later in the third, Dallas added a field goal and then kept it rolling in the fourth behind a Tony Romo and Miles Austin pass and catch. Former Cowboy and new Giants starter, Martellus Bennett, made it interesting with his first touchdown of the season, a 9-yard score with 2:36 left.
We're just a little bit off, a little bit sloppy, and
There's a couple things. There's a lot of things that we could have did better, and I think we just off one beat all over. The good thing about it, everything that went wrong is things that we could work on.
Last season's breakout star, Victor Cruz, was limited to 58 yards and couldn't figure another slow start for the Giants.
The first drive, first quarter, we got to go out there and be ready and be prepared to drive the football. So there's no excuses for it. We just have to understand what it is, and we just got to, capitalize on it.
The Cowboys picked on New York's depleted secondary as several of the big plays in the second half came at the expense of fourth-string corner Justin Tryon, who was forced into action when Michael Coe pulled his hamstring.
We made some good adjustments, so for me it was just frustrating that I couldn't go out there and finish with my teammates.
It all amounted to the first loss for a defending champ in an opener since 1999.
It was special to get to play here in New York and play them, the champs, and we did know that it would give us a heck of a start if we could come up here and win this ball game.
Giants head coach Tom Coughlin said the defeat was humbling and that the G-men have plenty of work to do. Don't forget that the Giants were 7-7 last year before their late season run. They'll have a chance to get back on track 2 Sundays from now against Tampa Bay. Our Bronx Net cameras will be rolling this Sunday at MetLife as the New York Jets embark on their season, welcoming AFC East rival Buffalo to the Meadowlands for a 1 p.m. kickoff. Gangrene's offense looked anemic in the preseason, to say the least, but head coach Rex Ryan has promised several tricks up his sleeve come week 1. Tim Tebow will make his regular season debut in the Wildcat, splitting time with starting quarterback Mark Sanchez. Jets wide receiver Santonio Holmes made some headlines on the week, noting that Sanchez was floored by the move in the offseason that brought in the polarizing Tebow. Ryan joked this morning on ESPN Radio that the preseason has been a circus, and then simply reiterated how this is Sanchez's team and that Tebow gives the Jets another option offensively, not to mention should cause opposing defenses and their coordinators a night's sleep. Well, even if the Jets don't win it all this year, they can say they won the battle of ticket prices in the NFL. They have the highest average non-premium ticket price in the league at $117.94, according to Team Marketing Report's Fan Cost Index. Hot ticket in the Bronx, how about Fordham football? The Rams, fresh off their 55-0 drumming in the season opener last week, will travel to Villanova Saturday, but return to Rose Hill on September 15th versus Cornell. Things are looking brighter these days at Fordham, and we'll get you caught up to speed on our latest Sports NYC, which debuts tonight. And throughout the weekend, we forecast the football season in our Pigskin Preview, which includes an in-depth look, at Fordham football with the fellas at WFUV Radio. Check your local listings on Cablevision and Verizon Fios. And don't miss Sports NYC with this guy. From shameless promos to some quick hitters from around the world of sports. The Yankees' 10-game lead in the American League East has vanished. The team fell 10-6 to Baltimore last night as the two are now tied atop the division standings. Yankee killer Mark Reynolds collected 2 of the O's 6 long balls on the night. Interesting note, Reynolds has 3 multi-home run games against the Yankees this season, becoming one of only 2 to accomplish that feat. The other, former Monroe High School star and Baseball Hall of Famer, the late great Hank Greenberg. The Yanks wrapped the weekend in Baltimore before heading to Boston early next week for a 3-game set. Then it's back home to the Bronx for a lengthy homestand, starting with the Tampa Rays on September 14th. Across town, the Amazons open a homestand at Citi Field, although the season has gotten away from them a bit. A major bright spot for the club has been all-star pitcher R.A. Dickey, who won his 18th game this past week. He has a legit shot at 20 and possibly the National League Cy Young. Great story for the journeyman. As for the financial picture for the Mets, reports have surfaced this week that the club is expected to lose $23 million this season, according to the New York Post. General manager Sandy Alderson previously said the team lost $60 million last year. Let's hope they have a few beans for all-star David Wright this offseason. The Mets welcome Chipper Jones and the Atlanta Braves this weekend. The New York Knicks unveiled new uniforms Thursday in the city. The new unis remove the color black and have a sleek orange and blue look, along with a small tagline on the neck that reads, "Once a Knick, always a Knick." For more, visit Knicks.com. The college football season opened this past week with sterling performances by several programs, including a big win for Notre Dame in Ireland and last weekend's Alabama blowout of Michigan. This weekend, the New York Classic hits the Meadowlands Saturday at 3:30 p.m. with Syracuse and USC taking center stage. Former New York Giants stars and Syracuse legends Joe Morris and David Tyree will be on hand for the coin flip and some pregame festivities. Influential NFL owner, formerly of Cleveland Brown fame and later of Baltimore Ravens Super Bowl
champion fame. Art Modell died early Thursday. He was 87. Our condolences. Semifinals out at the U.S. Open for the women. And how about the tennis story of the week? Andy Roddick bids farewell and a tearful goodbye Wednesday following a loss to Juan Martín del Potro. Roddick, 30, is retiring. That is not Andy Roddick. That is Joe Girardi. And that means that those are the headlines. Let's hit the C-list for some perspective on the Yankees' most recent woes. Stay with us. Panic has been a word tossed around lately in the Yankee clubhouse, at least by the media. It's fair to say that the Bronx Bombers are likely not in panic mode, but both the pinstripers and the media should be pondering a similar notion: concern. The Yankees should be concerned about their latest dip and the squandering of a 10-game lead in the heavy-hitting American League East. Face it, you can't lose this many players to injury and not have it eventually catch up. That's not an excuse, but the bottom line, the team is expecting too much from some aging veteran players that actually carried the club for a good portion of the season. The Bombers have played a good part of the year without star closer Mariano Rivera. Starting left fielder Brett Gardner has been out since the beginning of the season and never returned. Sluggers and middle-of-the-order guys Alex Rodriguez, Mark Teixeira, been out of the lineup, in and out throughout most of the season. ACC Sabathia was on the DL. The Bombers have mixed and matched, played Nick Swisher at first, batted Eric Chavez in the cleanup role, or even recently acquired Steve Pearce, who batted fourth in the four-hole during the last homestand. Manager Joe Girardi has juggled so much, and for most of the season, the Yankees have remained the best team in baseball, at least record-wise. Now there are some calling for Girardi's head. Tick that he lost his cool on the recent road trip, yet Girardi has done a masterful job of keeping it all together, and the Yankees, despite their late-season swoon, are still very much alive for the AL East crown. Don't be surprised if they slip perhaps even into second place in the coming week, but also don't be surprised if they rebound on the upcoming homestand, especially given their schedule over the final 25 games. There should be concern for the Yankees, but not panic, at least not right now. As the captain Derek Jeter remarked on the week, there's still pretty much a month to go. There's plenty of time for the Bronx Bombers to regroup, get healthy, and make a serious run at not only the division, but perhaps the pennant. I'm not worried. Are you? Hit me up on Twitter at The Voice, Bobby C. That's your sports. I'm Bobby C. We'll see you next time. Stay with us. Up next, we'll be hearing more from our Open Artist Spotlight.
How are you? Hey, Mom.
You know, girls, I used to cheer back in my day. Ready? Okay! Go team!
That was amazing. Mom, that was amazing.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of siblings in foster care who'll take you just as you are.
Welcome home, man.
There is also a very attractive extended warranty option that includes free service and parts for the next 5 years. But there's no need for you to get that. You failed to get the test you needed at the doctor that would have detected disease early enough where it could have been treated. So you won't be around in 2 years to see him grow up, which means the warranty would be useless. Okay, sign here, please.
For a list of tests every man should have, go to ahrq.gov.
Welcome back to Open. It is now that time, that part of the show, that time for that part of the show. You know what time it is? That's right. It is now time for our Open Artist Spotlight.
The Open Artist Spotlight is made possible in part with public funds from the Bronx Council on the Arts through the New York State Council on the Arts Decentralization Program.
We heard from him earlier in the show, and now, well, he's here to perform for us and show us some of his real and true hip-hop. Let's give it up for Roth!
All right. Okay. Yeah, all right. Let me properly introduce myself. I go by the name of Rav, and it stands for right and real and true hip-hop. Yo, here goes. Yeah. And I was stopping at nothing. Nobody ever believed me. They thought that I would just fail. They didn't think that I would make it. Didn't believe that I would prevail. But now I'm on top of the world, and I prove that all those haters were bugging. Cause I showed the world that I would chase this dream, and I was it never seemed to fail, nobody ever believed. But I knew in myself everything that I could achieve. Feeling relieved, yeah, cause I finally did it. It was a really tough road, I gotta admit it. And man, it's a beautiful thing to see this all flourish, this career. My dreams nobody wanted to nourish, but then I got encouraged to never give up. Cause Riley told me one day you're gonna blow up. That's what's up, so I'm on a mission to find myself. Always be true and never have to lie to myself. Put in hours of work and things started to unravel. Met a lot of people, my name started to travel. Live by the words, you can't drag me down. And I'll be damned if this rocket falls to the ground. I'ma always be around, the name's Raph, remember it. Fighting for the top and I'm the only one contending it. Nobody ever believed me. They thought that I would just fail. They didn't think that I would make it. Didn't believe that I would prevail. But now I'm on top of the world, and I prove that all those haters were bugging. Cause I showed the world that I would chase this dream, and I was coming up wasn't easy, a lot of people to dodge. People saying that they could help a lot of people to watch. Out for it cause they ain't care about me one bit. They said my image was whack and it was unfit. But my image is who I am, why would I change that? If you ain't like my name, Raph, well too bad. Cause I'ma always stay true to myself, son. And I'll never forget where I came from. Experience to try to shape me. Haters try to break me. To give up this music, trust that you can never make me. It's just the love that I have, it's just a part of me. I work hard and every day I work harder, see, to be the best and make it hard for others to contest. Let me express, I'm blessed and I know you're impressed. So let me suggest a request for you to believe, cause things are looking up, I have so much to achieve. Nobody ever believed me. They thought that I would just fail. They didn't think that I would make it. Didn't believe that I would prevail. But now I'm on top of the world, and I prove that all those haters were bugging. Cause I showed the world that I would chase this dream, and I was I told you time and time again that I would never let my dreams go to waste. People thought that I couldn't do it, but now I'm here and I'm laughing in their face. I'ma show you that this train is running express, stopping at nothing to prove that I'm the best. This dream is real and I can never let it go. I'm stopping at nothing, you already know. Nobody ever believed me. They thought that I would just fail. They didn't think that I would make it. They didn't believe that I would prevail. But now I'm on top of the world, and I prove that all those haters were bugging. Cause I showed the world that I would chase this dream, and I was stopping at nothing. Thank you.
Well done, Rob.
Thank you.
Well done. It definitely speaks volumes about your individuality.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yes, and you're going to be performing actually very soon, right?
Yes, I'm going to be performing. I actually have a show tonight at 7 o'clock in the Rebel Diaz Arts Collective. It's in Austin Place, in the South Bronx. And then I have the Jerome and Gun Hill bid on September 22nd. It's from 11 to 6, and I'll be there with a bunch of other people who's going to do their thing on the stage, and I'm really excited for that.
Yes, I'm sorry I put you through all that while you were still catching your breath.
It's all right. That's right. I throw my heart on the stage every time.
You sure do. You sure do. You are definitely all or nothing.
Yes.
Woo, and it was a pleasure to showcase you here in our
so
Open
much.
Artist Spotlight. That was fabulous. That was fabulous. All right. So once again, for more on Wrath, you can check them out on YouTube.com/Wrath. And well, you know, we are at the well, it's that time. Yeah, I hate when that happens. That's all the time we have for today, people. You know, we want to thank all of our guests for stopping by, and we want to thank our crew, and of course, we want to thank you, our viewers, for tuning in and or streaming in. If you missed any part of the show today, you can tune into the Recablecast tonight at 5:10 p.m. and throughout the entire weekend. Past episodes are online by going to bronxnet.org/open. Once again, I'm Rena Valentin without Tranvida from here on, people. So from all of us here at Open, may the universe provide peace, prosperity, and love. And we want to wish our producer, Shirley Arrieta, a very happy birthday. Happy birthday, Shirley! Happy birthday. Woo! Adios, people. I'm dealing with this.
Underneath everything we are, underneath everything we do, we are all people, connected, interdependent, united. And when we reach out a hand to one, we can influence the condition of all. That's what it means to live united.
There is also a very attractive extended warranty option that includes free service and parts for the next 5 years. But there's no need for you to get that. You failed to get the test you needed at the doctor that would have detected disease early enough where it could have been treated. So you won't be around in 2 years to see him grow up, which means the warranty would be useless. Okay, sign here, please.
For a list of tests every man should have, go to ahrq.gov.
So here are the keys. Congratulations, it's officially yours. I'm sure you'll have many happy years here. Except for you, because you'll be gone 3 years from now, struck down by the same disease that got your father. So you won't be around for them. And sadly, it could have been detected early with a simple test, but you didn't have it. Okay, who wants to check out the backyard?
For a list of tests every man should have, go to ahrq.gov.
I remember how much you said you liked wine.
Oh.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of siblings in foster care who'll take you just as you are.